Yo, Oscar, you was dead set on the identity of the Raven. This was a great episode, y'all. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to KRS TV. This is your boy Kenny, and this is The Masked Singer Season 1, Episode 6. This was a really good episode, and we actually get a reveal. And shout out to my boy Oscar Lazanares. He actually was the one he was the first one who told me who the Raven was. She was definitely one of my guesses, and if you check out some of my previous episodes, I did mention this woman, but that was his number one guess, and I was like, boy, Oscar, you hit the nail on the head. So let me begin. The episode consisted of the bee, the peacock, the raven, and the monster. I'm still up in arms about who the monster is. The monster is a very tricky one. The same thing with the peacock. You think you know, but you have no idea. And they did a great performance together. They did the song I Got a Feeling by Black Eyed Peas, and they did it all as a duet. They were phenomenal. Just like the one last week, where they all perform with each other, but they don't know who each other are. They just know they have a part. They come out and they sing it, but they sounded great together. It's an awesome performance. Now, the first contestant up was B, and I've said it before, and I will keep saying it. The B is Gladys Knight, hands down. Because definitely one of the clues was that at a birthday party is when her mother told her that her and her family should become a group. And the Pips was her brother Bubba, as well as her two cousins. So I was like, that was a dead giveaway right there, because her mother was the originator that became Gladys Knight and the Pips. It was their mom who told them that they should sing together and that Gladys should lead the movement. So I was like, wow, that was a definitely indicator there. And then they also mentioned Peaches and Marmalade. So they were throwing things out there, like people think Marmalade may be Patti LaBelle, but no, we know Patty's voice. And the B actually did the song Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus, and she sung that song down. And I'm like, oh, that's my girl Gladys. That is Gladys, hands down. I think another person who said it was Gladys Knight is Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke definitely called. He says, I've seen you before, and I've seen the way that her stage presence, I know this person. So he immediately said, oh, it's Gladys Knight. And I had to say, I knew from the moment I heard the B, I'm like, that's Gladys Knight, hands down. But hey, get down in those comments and let me know who your thoughts of who is who, as far as these contestants. And also another indication that it was Gladys Knight was the revealing item. And the B's revealing item was bakeware. Gladys Knight, along with her daughter, used to actually have a baking business. So that was also one of her second loves. And I remember her and her daughter both being business partners, and they were baking pies, cakes, and all of that. So I'm like, this is Gladys Knight, hands down. And she said that baking is like my second favorite thing to do. Gladys likes to cook, but so does Patty. But I already know that within this, like, that's Gladys Knight, hands down. So we got that going on. The next performance was the Peacock. And we actually see that the Peacock definitely, loves magic, and he's definitely, is involved in magic. And he said he's played in Vegas, and he was a part of a magic act, and also is a big component for the LGBTQ community. So there were a few people that came to mind. Because I remember originally I said Joey Lawrence or Alfonso Ribeiro. I still think it could be one of those two, but then now I'm thinking it could possibly be Donny Osmond or Neil Patrick Harris, because Neil Patrick Harris is a well-rounded entertainer as well. So, in the song that the Peacock did was All of Me by John Legend, sung it down. And then his revealing item was a wig, and he says, I was thrown in jail with this wig on. So I'm like, who in the hell could that be? Because that one is foreign. get down in those comments and let me know who you think the peacock is. I would love to hear some other ideas about who that could be, because I have my guesses, and but I don't think I'm right on this one, because the peacock is definitely a good contender. And then next we had the Raven. And the Raven, definitely the clues about the talk show host, The View, and Just Me, and she talked about, a lover that passed away, and then she did the song "Brave" by Sarah Bareilles and sung it down. So I'm like, even the Raven, and I think the Raven is not a professional singer, but the Raven got a voice. And definitely Ricky Lake was definitely one of my guesses, but my boy Oscar Lozanares, he pretty much said that, yeah, it's the Raven. That the Raven is definitely Ricky Lake, because he was giving me the clues about, she was like, because they showed, I think on the last time the Raven was there, in one of her clues, they showed these TVs, and the year was 1968. He said that the year that she was born. So I was like, interesting. But then other guesses, that were mentioned were like Cheryl Underwood, Star Jones. I even said Jenny Jones, because this person was obviously a talk show host, but yet this person also had musical ability. And the revealing item for the Raven was an Emmy Award. And she says, I place it where my flocks can see it. So she's obviously a mother with children. And, I was like, this is interesting. And I was just so here for the Raven, because the Raven has definitely been one of those tough ones as well. And then we get a performance from the Monster. Now the Monster is difficult, y'all. Like, only person I thought of so far was Rod Stewart, but then after watching, I'm thinking it could be David Alan Grier, because David Alan Grier is a singer as well as a dancer and performer. And also, they had mentioned Tommy Davidson, but I don't know if that's Tommy Davidson. But it'll be shocking if it is, because I'm saying you think you know, but you have no idea. And the Monster did American Woman by Lenny Kravitz, killed the performance, and the item for the Monster was a headset, and he says, I make my best calls on this headset. So this person is obviously a sportscaster or somebody that works within the sports arena. And another person that they thought about maybe was Sugar Ray Leonard, because now he's a sports commentator. So it's anybody. And get down in those comments, let me know who you think is possibly the Monster. Because I already said I think it could be Rod Stewart, but then I'll also, my other guess may be David Alan Grier. So those are my only two. And far as I'm concerned, I don't trust mine. So definitely let me know who you think is the Monster and the rest of the characters. So then we get the reveal. The votes come in, and the one that's gonna be revealed is the Raven. And I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, oh my God, what if my boy Oscar is right? And then next thing I know, they did the reveal, and it was Ricky Lake. Emmy Award winning Ricky Lake of the Ricky Lake Show. And I used to watch that show religiously when I was in elementary school. Like, when I would come home from school, it was Power Rangers and Ricky Lake. And in that order. So I was like thrilled, because she was like one of my second or third guesses, but I had to give honor and give the credit to my boy Oscar, because Oscar knew it was Ricky Lake, and he kept saying it was her. And I actually talked to him before I did this review, so, and he didn't say nothing because he had already saw the episode before I did. But yeah, I was so happy that it was Ricky Lake. And she did recently, not too long, a few years ago, she did lose her husband, the love of her life. And she is a mother, and the Ricky Lake Show did win an Emmy. And and we've known her to be a well-rounded entertainer. She was in Hairspray, and she's also done, movies. And, I loved her in Serial Mom, too. I love that movie. Serial Mom is one of my favorite comedies. Like, I still to this day laugh at Serial Mom. But yes, Ricky Lake has definitely is definitely somebody that's been a part of my upbringing. So I was so happy that it was revealed it was Ricky Lake. And Ricky Lake got some pipes on her. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I was just so happy. Like, my boy Oscar Lazaneris was right. It was Ricky Lake. So he called that. So I definitely, send a shout out to him. And it was just a great episode. And I was so happy, that the Raven was Ricky Lake. Because I was like, wow, And this is a great thing about this show, too, is that it's actually reintroducing some of these icons and some of these people that we have followed their career, but now we're seeing them in a different light, and we're seeing that there's other talents that they have as well. So that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments, and get in those comments and let me know who you think who is who. I'd like to hear from you. But subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow me on all of my social platforms. I have them all listed in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. And I'll be back with the next episode of The Masked Singer. So until next time, everybody, take care.